Hey, welcome to Old Dad Builds. This is my first video. I just like to tinker on stuff, fix stuff, DIY, not professional at all. Yeah, I'm just gonna handle some things around the house here. The first thing I want to tackle is this hose bib. It's been leaking since I moved in here. Tried tightening the packing, wouldn't work. So right here is the hose bib that I want to change out. I'll pull this hose off here. You can see it's not a bad leak. It's just got a slow drip, but it's enough that it'll pressurize this hose, and the hose has got a little pinhole in it, and it leaks. And you can see all the greenery here. You know, we don't want weeds growing here. Anyhow, you got the packing nut here I've tightened several times and has not got rid of the leak. I know you could rebuild these. Normally if the packing's leaking, it's coming out of here, but you crank this thing down as hard as you want. The little rubber seal on the end of the valve there is no good, so I'm going to change it out. So earlier I took this little knife here, cut away the insulation around this valve. I thought for sure this gate valve will not work, but I gave it a shot. I had to break it loose with the pipe wrench, but it doesn't 100% shut off, but enough to get done what we're doing today. And crack that open. And so we're on a little drip there. More than enough to get done what we're doing here. So, see, on here you got, this is a male threaded hose bib, and then this is female going to the house. When you break this loose, you don't want to just put a wrench on there and crank on it, because you can tweak something in here, break a pipe, the T, anything in here. So what I'm going to do is take a second wrench, put it in here to back it up on this side, and kind of hold it steady while I break this loose. So all right, so I just got a couple of wrenches here, generic pipe wrench, adjustable wrench. You want to back it up, so I'm going to pull this way on the adjustable wrench, and I got to spin this bib off this way. So now I got this backed up. I'm going to put my pipe wrench on here and give it a tug. See if we can't break it loose. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, once you got it broke loose, it's pretty tight. They got a lot of, looks like they got pipe dope and Teflon tape on here. Go ahead and spin this off. And so you can see in here, this valve, there's a little rubber on the end of it. Close it down, shuts the water off from going through, comes in here. Hard to see, but see that? That's what it is that starts and stops the water flow. So it took me a while to beat the crap out of this. I'm trying to pull the packing out, but you back this off of here and see, I haven't opened it all the way up yet. So let's see what we get. This guy here doesn't actually look too bad. Normally those are, oh yeah, it's pretty thin there and dried out. And sometimes I've had one in here where the seat of this will go bad, like that just corrodes out down in there and there's no way to fix it. I wasn't sure, so I went ahead and just bought a new one instead of repairing it. But yeah, that's how that works. So I went to the orange box store, got another one. It's not the same. And I didn't measure anything, I just eyeballed it, but you know, male thread. Same deal here. Well, that packing's tight for a new one. See that there? See how much more rubber's on the end of that thing? I wonder how tight that is. Maybe we can pull that apart. Might not be too tight. The factory, not too bad. Okay, so sometimes these will leak right out of the box and you might have to tighten this up. So now this is only a single packing deal, how this has two. A little bit different. These are nicer. This is a nicer valve. See how much more rubber's on that? So you could technically just repair that rubber, or even maybe you could stuff an O-ring in there and get away from it. I'm just putting a shiny new part on. And for what it's worth, this is what I bought. Also, before I put it on, you can, use your Teflon tape, wrap it around the threads, pipe dope, paint it on. Everyone has a preference. One's better than the other. You should never use pipe dope. You should never use Teflon. You should never use both. Hey, if it seals it, man, and it works, and you're not causing any type of corrosion, do it. I like to think of this. I always would get it backwards when I first started doing this. Is you thread it in this way, right? Righty-tighty, counterclockwise. So you want the end of the Teflon tape to be laying this way. So when you screw it in, you're laying it down. You're laying like you're combing hair. You want to lay it down. If you wrap it this way and you're tightening up, you're going to lift it up. It's like petting a dog the wrong way, So you're going to take your tape here, like so. And I know what you're supposed to do, 1 or 2 wraps or something. I go crazy. I do a few wraps like that, and that's probably good. You'll see my hair sticking up. You want to comb it down, tighten it, comb it down. So that way, when you tighten it up, it all lays down and stays in place. If it's the other way, it's gonna walk that tape right off of there and you'll end up with a leak. You've done it 100 times the wrong way. Let's go put it on. All right, so right tool for the job, huh? I want to clean this out a little bit before I thread the new one in. This is a battery terminal cleaner. Wire brush. Clean the inside, outside of terminals. I don't have the proper stuff, but I just give it a little. Something like that. Nothing too crazy. And then just give it a little flush. That's good. Get that crap out of there. Not perfect. And let me see. Let's thread her in. Let's thread the new one in. Make sure this is open. It's not leaking that much. But if you had it, make sure this is open. It's not leaking that much. If your valve didn't work very well and it's leaking a lot, you definitely want to make sure this is open before you thread it in there. That way it doesn't build pressure on you before it gets tight. But keep this open, lets the pressure out, no big deal. So we got get that started. And that's hand tight as far as I can get. So now, take our same units here. Just that there and this. So I'm going to be pushing down on this. So I want to back this up the opposite way. I want to be pushing against the way I'm tightening. Same thing. I'm breaking it loose. I'm tightening it. I want to back it up. And you want to protect the plumbing on your house. You don't want to break anything in the wall or anything. Or in the ground, especially. But I'm just going to give it one more full turn here. And that's probably too much. My wrenches are hitting. All right. Make sure that's a little bit crooked, right? So it's not on there perfectly straight. All right, I'll close this down. Actually, I'm gonna flush this too. Just let a little bit of water out of there. Okay. There she is. All right, let's open this valve the rest of the way. Now she's leaking a little bit. Okay, we got full water pressure now. Now let's see about that leak. Beautiful. This is hand tight. The packing is hand tight. So, I'm not one to leave good enough alone. I want to snug that down just a hair. I don't like the fact that it's only hand tight. Even though it's not leaking. Just a, maybe what, quarter, eighth. On, off. Beautiful. That's it. Hopefully this helps somebody out. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. One more quick thing I just noticed. That handle's loose. See how loose that is? It's gonna bother me to no end. Let me just get that a little snug. Make sure you round it off too. Make sure your screwdriver's wore out. Cheapo depot. All right, see ya.